try to stay true, not necessarily for anyone else but myself. You know, I want to try and keep the lessons I learned growing up and remember where I come from and remember who I am. And I think that that lends itself to the music. And I try to remind myself as much as possible to keep it simple. Looking from the outside, there's not much to do in Bergen, Kentucky. Population 965, I think it is now. When you live there, you get creative. You know, we ride around in trucks and, you know, jump off cliffs, and it's a lot of fun. I was kind of doing a tour of my hometown on camera one time, and I was like, the funny thing about Bergen is that everyone knows each other. And you'll be, you know, standing outside and all of a sudden somebody will honk at you and wave at you about that time. Aren't you supposed to be playing music somewhere? When you grow up and you spend so much time over and over again with the same people for years and years and years, you're not only acquaintances, but you're family. You know, my friends are pretty much like brothers and sisters. And their mom is like my second mom, and their dad's like my second dad, you know, and you're just a big family. So my mom is Becky Montgomery. She has two brothers, John Michael Montgomery, who's been very successful in country music, and Eddie Montgomery, who is half of Montgomery Gentry, who's been very successful in country. My mom is a great singer, better than all of them. But she was too busy raising us kids, you know. So she goes on the road with me. She's done some impressive things as well, but she's been busy raising us kids. She's been busy, got her hands full with that. When and where did I start performing music? Well, I'd have to say the house I grew up in the basement, you know, listening to Hank Jr. and Leonard Skinner and learning Sweet Home Alabama and Guns N' Roses and playing the guitar. And yeah, it was February 18th, 2013. I was ready to roll. I'm like, all right, I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to do this thing. And I didn't even have a Ford truck full of stuff. Didn't have a trailer or nothing. I had a couple boxes just with some clothes in it or something, a guitar, and a couple $100 to my name, and just took off and pulled in and immediately got to work. Started writing, started meeting people. Started trying to get gigs and singing. It was tough. It still is, you know, it never ends. It's always something, you know, and that's part of it, you know. I wasn't making any money playing music at that particular time, so I thought, well, I gotta pay my bills. And I had a buddy of mine, he said, you know, you're a pretty big old boy. You could probably, you know, handle yourself. You should go do security somewhere. Go work at a honky-tonk. So I looked up security jobs. The first thing I saw was the Grand Ole Opry. And I thought, oh my gosh, Opry's such a big deal to my family. And I thought, oh my gosh, I get to get paid to watch the Opry every night. How awesome is that? I got the job, and we did a tour. And basically they were like, you know, every new employee has their chance to step into the Opry circle. And I was like, oh, I just can't do that. I got to have a guitar. I want to be announced. I want to be playing the Opry. I want to be playing my songs. So worked there for almost 2 years. And I never one time stepped in that circle until August 21st, 2018. My Opry debut, my Uncle Eddie, he's the one that announced me. And I walked out and my mom was singing harmony with me. It was just a full circle thing. I mean, my mom was there. I had my band with me making their debut. And it was just really something I'll think about right before I take my last breath. That's for sure.
I don't take phone calls when I'm fishing. I don't do weddings and I don't do dishes.
I wrote I Do For You about 4 years ago, and what inspired me to write that song is my co-writer, Jimmy Melton. We showed up that day to write a song, and we got on a conversation about his wife. I'd got to know Jimmy really well, and him and his wife are just so in love after so many years. It's just really amazing.
Get a real town, move across town, stop at
thing about country music that speaks to me so much is the honesty in the lyrics. What you see is what you get. I particularly like this country melody. I like where it comes from. I like some of the blues influence. I like some of the Western influence and stuff in country music.
I ain't the kind of guy who take a week off, drive up the coast just to watch some leaves fall, spend money on a hot tub hotel room. I never thought I'd go for candles by the bathtub, roses on the bed, or a 30-minute back rub. But I proudly say I do for you.
I hope if there's aspiring songwriters and singers out there that they like me. When I saw a couple different people growing up, my first concert was Leonard Skinner, and I got inspired off Leonard Skinner. They didn't know that until I toured with them and told them. It's one of those things where I may never hear it, but I hope somebody out there just gets inspired.
Trim my beard up, put a suit on, pick a preacher, pick a love song. Never thought I'd see the day I'd say I do, but I do for you.
Hope that they take away something that positively impacts their life. That's the big thing. I hope they have fun, and I just want to positively impact the world.
Dillon Carmichael, thank y'all. We'll see you next time.